How's it going, everyone? I'm the one and only 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. Welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Ruthless, the new, extremely challenging, and honestly pretty much unfun. Like I love a good challenge, but we'll talk about Ruthless in a minute. What I'm going to do for you all, I'll give you a brief TLDR. If you don't care about watching this and reading the whole thing, I'll give you the high notes, the absolute high points that you need to know about Ruthless for right now as it is before it's alpha. And then I will go through and actually give a breakdown by each of their sections and categories and talk about it in a little more detail and actually give my thoughts on what I think about each of these sections. So before I go into the TLDR, if you're new here, please like, subscribe. I'd love to see some channel growth and just interaction. And comment down below what you think of the things based off the TLDR, or if you've already read it, let me know what you're thinking about Ruthless so far. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Let me tab back into this here and let's talk about it. So TLDR, the briefest explanation that I can give for each of these. So Ruthless basically is the original vision for what they had, for they being Chris Wilson, and I forgot the other two. There was like Chris Wilson and a couple of other guys that are the core founders of GGG, and they had a core vision for Path of Exile, which they realized was never going to be realized and it wasn't fun. But now they're creating it as an optional additional challenge. So basically, the fastest TLDR is it's a lot less items. Everything will drop white, maybe blue, extremely rarely gold. And if you drop a unique item, you're probably going to absolutely nut yourself. Like, you're probably going to be on cloud nine no matter what the unique item is. Like, they describe it as you might only find one alchemy orb throughout the whole campaign. So just get ready if you want to play it. Item scarcity, as I said, white items. So finding everything's going to drop white. Finding rare, magic, and unique items has been massively reduced. You cannot buy rings, amulets, and belts from vendors, and they are extremely rare. For crafting purposes, you have a limited drop rate of crafting currency by a lot. The rate at which you get shards from selling items is decreased by a lot. Veiled Chaos, Orbs of Binding, Orbs of Dominance, Influence, Exalts, and Awakener's Orbs cannot be obtained at all. They do not exist. Influenced items, if you change the mod, the influence is lost. Most vendor recipes are not available. There you go. Skill and support gems. You cannot buy support gems or skill gems at all, with one exception being the Fixture of Fate quest. So Act 3, when you do 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿, who some of you may have never even seen, in the gardens of Act 3, when you go into the library and you go down to the second floor, or sorry, he's on the first floor, he tells you to go down to the second floor, find him 5 golden pages, and then he's basically an Act 3 Lily-Roth. So he gives you all of the skill gems and stuff that you're looking for at that point. All of them that are available up through level 31. And so what they'll do is here you can get 1 skill gem. You get a token for 1 skill gem. Notice that it specifies skill gems, so probably not support gems. Gems gain less XP. You gain less XP. They talk about it somewhere in here. I'm just trying to get through the TLDR quickly. Flasks and life and mana are not restored upon entering town. You got to talk to somebody to do it. Yeah, there's a compounding character experience penalty from level 68 onwards. So leveling up's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. You're going to take forever. Enkindling orbs and instilling orbs do not exist. So any flask, enchantments, shenanigans don't exist. Scarabs only enable mechanics in maps. They do not have power tiers. Utility flasks do not gain charges while active and have lower duration. Yada, yada, yada. That's all kind of, basically less XP. Gems are drop only. You'll be finding mostly white items, maybe blue, a lot less rare, and if you find a unique item, you're probably just going to cry yourself into happiness. So there you go. That's the TLDR. Just a reminder, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And now let's go slowly through everything for the people who want a little bit more explanation and some of my thoughts about everything. So Looking at, the sections, I'm going to skip over the what Ruthless is and what Ruthless is not. It's just them talking about the, like, all the, like, generic stuff. The, like, this has been a dream come true. We really enjoy this, but it's for a specific type of player. We understand that. We want to make it. It's a throwback to when they were originally in their alpha and they wanted to make a third or fourth difficulty named Ruthless. Yada, yada, yada. I'll skip over those. Let's talk about the meat and the bones of everything. So, item scarcity. I am fine with this. I like this idea because it's additional challenge, right? This part of it is what they talked about, and this intrigues me because currently in Path of Exile, we're kind of at a loot pinata state of the game in a lot of ways. So playing a specific game mode that you have to opt into, where magic items are yay, I got a blue. Rares are like, holy shit, I got a rare, I got a gold item, and uniques are excitement. Like that does interest me. I probably will not be playing this until like a month into the league, realistically. I know for content I should, but I don't want to suffer, and I don't have enough time like the full-time content creators do to play this, have it suck, and then it just kills my vibe for the game. So I'm going to play it a little bit later. I'll play it with my brother. We'll play it together. We're probably going to just, have some fun, have a good time, and try it out. So massively reduced item quant drop, as well as all this stuff drops less, rare and blue and unique. So there you go. Rings, belts, amulets are drop only. They cannot be purchased from vendors. I believe it said that some of the things, let's see, where did it say? Most reward systems have been changed to only grant item rewards that are specific to that league. For example, cluster jewels will only come from Delirium. So they're making it so that you really, if you want something like a cluster jewel, a, what do you call it? The Legion jewels, the timeless jewels. You got to go to Legion for it. You got to go to Delirium for clusters. There you go. Onigoroshi is not available. You cannot just farm Strand. You cannot just farm Hillock, right? And deterministic items like div cards or Onigoroshi cannot be obtained. So things like farming Blood Aqueduct for a Tabula Rasa is probably not going to be enabled. It's not going to be allowed. I'm not a fan of this. I really think that they should have left. I'm fine with Onigoroshi. I think they should leave the div card things in there because with the reduced drop rates, if someone wants to run 500 Blood Aqueducts, let them. They're probably going to have to do it for XP anyway. And I just think that it's overly penalizing, but that's not even the most overly penalizing thing in my mind. We'll get there in a second. Crafting, obviously, crafting currencies massively reduced. Reduced shards from selling items. So like alterations, alch shards, transmute shards, and things like that are, I'm sorry if I'm breathing a little heavy. I've still got like a cold or something. But yeah, it's like shards, currencies, reduced. Master crafting is not available. So anything on the crafting bench just doesn't exist. Good luck fixing your res. Veiled Chaos, Orbs of Binding, Orbs of Dominance, whatever. I don't care about these things. These, I already expected them to be gone in this pretty much. It does kind of suck, but hey. Influence items, whatever. Most vendor recipes are not available. I'm interested to see what the new ones are for this specific. Now here's where we start getting into the stuff that I don't like. I do not like that skill gems are not purchasable. I think you should allow the purchase of one of each skill gem. if you're really determined, I guess what they really want is like skills and builds to matter, but I don't think this is the way to handle it. But this also means that if I want to play an arc character or a cyclone character, I don't drop the skill gem, which has reduced gem drops, like I may just never get to play the build that I actually want to build. Like, on the flip side, it does mean that if I'm playing in Ruthless and I drop a Cyclone and I'm like, oh, I want to play a Cyclone character now, then I can now do that. And it kind of has that SSF vibe. I get what they're going for, but I don't like it still. But that's okay. Support gems and gems gain less XP. It's harder to level them up a lot. They wanted to bring the casters in line with the melee characters, and this is a way to do it. They talk about how skill gems gain a lot of, or the caster skill gems gain a lot of power from gem levels. Yeah, I mean, that sucks. I think cutting XP is not a good way to make challenge. Making the game feel like dog shit is not a good way to put challenge in the game. And cutting gym XP and character XP makes it absolutely terrible. So, but not as terrible as the next thing. This line right here was where I was like, I'm not playing this at the beginning of the league. Almost all movement skills are not available in Ruthless. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. In the league or in the game mode where drops are so much more rare that getting movement speed boots will never exist, basically, you're going to make me walk everywhere. As you can see in the next line, it says, here's a list of the full movement skills that are not available in the game. It's basically every single one of them that actually matters. Also, Venom Gyre is not available because it relies on using Whirling Blades. So, screw you if you liked Venom Gyre. I think they should have left something like Dash. If you really just don't want the, like, they talk about monster blocking and terrain layouts, then just do the things that can't go up. Leave Whirling Blade so that people can play Venom Gyre. Leave Shield Charge. And, I mean, leave Dash so that bow characters have something. And I don't know. I mean, like, I just don't like this a lot. I really think this is a feels bad change. No movement skills is awful. One of the worst states of the game is when you don't have your movement skill. Before you kill Brutus and you get Flame Dash, it kind of sucks. Even using Dash and Frostblink kind of sucks. And they just cut them all out. Like, this change I really hate and I really disapprove of. But, I mean, that's all that I can say about it. I think they should include something. Maybe make a reduced version of these. Something where it can't go up terrain, but you still have a dash. You still have something to get out of the way of an AoE. Path of Exile is a game about reflexes, supposed to be. In my mind, anyway. Maybe they don't like that, but yeah. Anyway. Punitive character experience penalty from level 68 onwards. Again, much like gem levels. Making the game more grindy does not make it harder. It makes it suck. It does make it harder, but in the wrong way. It's a vertical spike in difficulty rather than like a horizontal lateral spike in making it feel more difficult. Like, a lot of these things are, like, gear drops and stuff is a vertical drop in difficulty, but it kind of has some stuff you can deal with it. It's fine. It takes a little bit of investment. I hate this because it already, leveling up feels like such a grind already. So yeah, I mean it's fine. Item drops are not allocated to a specific party member. Looting is entirely free for all. Items really matter. Better pick them up before someone else does. Do not play in random parties. Do not play in random parties. Not that you ever would play this with random parties. Do not play with people you do not know. Okay? They will steal your shit. Okay? Just literally play with people you know or play solo. They talked about you need to talk to someone to get your life and mana back. That's fine. That's whatever. I don't care. That's fine. They talked about it. I don't care. It's a little annoying, but it doesn't matter. Onslaught does not grant movement speed. Again, no movement skills, no movement speed from Onslaught. You're gonna have to run a Quicksilver, or you're gonna want to die. I'm just gonna let you know right now. You are going to long for death. If you die near a quest boss in the campaign, a chunk of its life is recovered. So, if you die while you're fighting Merveil, just get ready. She's going to heal back some of it. And if you just, chain death, you're just going to basically lose the encounter and have to start over again and go grind the area to get stronger, basically, the area before it. That's kind of the intention. I'm okay with this. Because they had previously said they wanted bosses to full heal when you die, so this is better as a whole. Utility flask gain no charges, whatever, I don't care. Scarabs. I mean, all the rest of this is just kind of like annoyances, but like they're not terrible. So, and there is a Ruthless specific Atlas tree. That is the last thing. We'll have to wait and see what that is. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll talk about it more as more details come available. My final closing thoughts on this are, I think they really, really, really need to take out some of the additional grindiness of it, because I think that having the gear scarcity, the skill gem scarcity, the no movement abilities is just like overkill. And then on top of it, you put XP penalties and delete certain things from the game. It's like, damn, dude, really? Like, just let people play the game on a harder difficulty with harder loot and some other stuff. Like, I get it. It's fine. It's only an alpha right now. So I'm not gonna get super mad. I think, and again, it's a optional game mode at the end of the day. So yeah, let me know what you think down below, and let me know in the comments. If I enjoy your comment, I'll give it a heart. And if you're new here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel before 3.20 starts, so just help me out. Help me steal some more of Google and YouTube's money. I can't say more. I have 0 right now. So help me get to the point where I can steal some of YouTube and Google's money. And I'd really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day. I'll see you in a new video tomorrow.